Hello, chat. How we doing? So, today, oh my god, my hair's awful. Today, we're doing the first Regulation M tour. Now, what is Regulation M, you might be asking? I've explained it a few times, but it is effectively VGC UU, but we go a little bit further. In this format, we not only ban the top most used Pokemon, but what the hell? Yeah, basically this. Looks like they're doing it right now. But on the Showdown Room Tour. Anyways. Basically, it's like VGC UU, but rather than... Oh, is this guy even here? Hello? Rather than having it be like a regular, just, you know, top most used mons are banned, we're doing the Sword and Shield version of things, where they also ban every single form of the mon. Which, they did that in Series 6, and I thought it was funny. So I figured I would use it for my format. But yeah. Also, I'm not going to be taking any matches from viewers. I'm running a tournament. And it looks like my opponent did not show up for round 1. So we will be just commentating round 1. Anyways, let me see who's playing. Let's see who's playing. Let's go ahead and watch Esok's match. Esok. Find a user. It looks like they're not currently in a match. You know, it's really funny how many people don't know how to play in online tournaments. All right, let me see. So, let's just check out Evelyn. Let's see what Evelyn's playing. Find a user. Is no one in a match? Hold on. Let me check chat. What am I supposed to do? My guy didn't show up, so Galarian Slowking officially won 1 point. Do people not know how to play in a Limitless tour? Guys, in Limitless tours... Alright, I'm gonna have to switch. I'm gonna have to switch views. Okay. Okay, so... People don't know how to play Limitless tours, it would seem. Limitless tours. You go to your tournament, you go to pairings, and you can see who you're playing, right? You see who you're playing here. You look for your name. For example, Egg Top Hat. Look at their match. There you go. Also, it looks like this person is playing under this Showdown account, so we can watch this one. On user. There we go. All right. Game 2 of 3. All right, we can actually watch this one. Your pairings are in the same place you signed up for the tournament, guys. All right. Looks like Egg Top Hat is playing a Tinglu Galarian Zapdos team into just Dondozo Stall Articuno. What has Thunder Wave on this team? Oh, it's a Thunderous. It looks like Dondo's is just getting immediately annihilated. I mean, from this position, is it Sash Glamore? It's Power Herb and Choice Scarf. Icy Wind doesn't save it. Yeah, you just immediately eliminate the Tatsugiri. And Glamore is going to be dealt with. So it looks like... Is this... Who took game 1? Don does it to game 1, so it looks like we're going to a game 3. "17 of 54 matches finished because no show fast round 1 at least." Yeah, like, I find it insane that people don't know that you're supposed to play the round that you signed up for. Let me see, is anyone requesting help with their match? Dashboard. Judge. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, just let your opponents know. Have OTS correct on, or have OTS on the best of 3 and it'll be fine. All right, let me check my other judge requests. Opponent is active or currently battling. Should not be on the last here. Hello. Guys, you gotta remember to... There we go. Remember to check into your matches. I'll just keep that one open. Let me see something. Dude, running a tournament sucks. Running a tournament low-key sucks. Hold on. A lot of people just don't know how how tournaments work. All right, let's go back to this. Silver PG, thanks for the Twitch sub. 10 months. All right. It's like bundles down. It's an Encored Glamora though, and it's burned, so it just dies this turn, the burn damage. They can focus down Roaring Moon pretty easily. All right. Now it's an Articuno and Ninetales endgame. This actually doesn't look great. This doesn't look great for Egg Top-At. I mean, Thunderous does have access to Eerie Impulse, but Eerie Impulse can miss. Nope. All right. No miss there. That'll help them out quite a bit, but Zapdos being locked into close combat is really rough. That Blizzard is just going to knock them out, yeah. All right. Good set. Good set from them. Alright, let's check out this one. Because I actually have to stay for this one. Make sure there's no more judge requests. Okay, there's more judge requests. Guys, make sure you guys play your matches. There we go. Is this one gone? Okay, there's another one. I did not know how to enter. Are both of you here now? Because I can reset the match if need be. It's just round one. All right. Moxie, this is already an official format. Not this version. I understand that VGC UU is an official format, but this version follows strictly the Regulation 6 clause. Or not Regulation 6, it's the Series 6 clause, where Pokemon of the same species get screwed over too. So for example, Arcanine got banned because Hisui Arcanine got banned. This is meant to be a spiritual successor to that, like, awful format. Alright, cool. That one's cleared. Alright, looks like they finished that one. Hopefully they're playing. Alright, there we go. Alright, so far round one has been a little bit of a mess because people don't know how Limitless works. Are you on a treadmill? Yes. Lannister is really strong in the other 4v4 DUU format. Yeah, this is meant to be Series 6 goof. Alright, clear judge request. Go for it. Where is it at? Yeah, I challenge them on Showdown. Guys, it's a Showdown tournament. Come on. It works exactly how you think it works. 17 matches left to finish. Yeah. Thanks for saying our issue. Oh yeah, no worries. All right. Let me see. Are there any more? Dude, running a tournament is so rough because a lot of people don't know how tournaments work. All right, this one's clear. Are they playing this one? Let me see if they're playing. It says or slam. Why is my alt tab not working? Okay. Wait, why is my keyboard just not working? Wait, dude, my whole keyboard just broke. There's no way my keyboard just broke on me. Hold on. Wait, can I type anything? Oh my god, my keyboard just broke. There's no way. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. Okay, that fixed it. That was so weird. Oh my god, I was freaking out. I'm like, there's no way I just broke my whole keyboard, bro. Alright. There we go. Alright, they are playing their match. Okay, I fixed it. I fixed it. I don't know what just happened. But, like, my keyboard just did not want to do anything. Alright. Start chanting yo whoa twin. Make sure there's no judge requests. There is one. Here. What's up? Okay, Scraw gets this one. I'm streaming, bro. Scraw gets to handle this one. Alright. Number 1 Dawn hater. And it's a Murkrow. Alright, Icy Wind. Gets a double KO. That's actually pretty sick. I'm not sure how they can come back from this one. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even if they Terra Steel, like, they have fighting. Oh, it's interesting that they decided not to attack. I guess they were just calling out the Protector. Solar Beam is interesting. No fire move. Sand goes up, though. I think that's basic. Actually, no. It's Citrus Berry instead of Assault Vest. So it's possible that they just actually take this game. Yeah, because Hydro Steam should KO with no Assault Vest. And Life Orb damage. Foul Play is probably not going to be enough. Yep. And if they have... Oh, no. Okay. I was going to say, yeah, Walking will end up winning this, I believe, just because Earthquake just sweeps the rest of the team. With Tailwind and Sand active. Choice Band... Oh, there's no Earthquake, though. Wait. Choice Band Horn Drill over Earthquake's insane behavior. It still gets it, but no Earthquake is crazy. No Earthquake is crazy there. Hold on. All right. Interesting. There it is. Okay. Make sure I have this open over here so I can check judge request. All right. Let's see what we got here now. I wish I had a third monitor, but I don't. Thwacky would be fire, yeah. I mean... Fake out Sneasler. Issue with the fake out on the Sneasler. So they could Terra Ghost. They don't Terra Ghost though, so they do end up getting that. They prevent their Tailwind. Moonblast is going to do a decent amount of damage to Scizor, but now that activates Unburden. And they're above half, so they should tank the next Moonblast. How much did that do? Moonblast did 60%. They're at 64. It's a roll, probably. Choice Specs Iron Valiant is basically Fluttermane in this format. It is, isn't it? I'm going to see how many more matches are going. All right. Only a few more matches still going on. Yeah, we got 4 more matches, and there's 15 minutes left in the round. All right, Terra Ghosting to prevent the close combat. They do manage to call it out. High horsepower, they're just immune to each other. And this thing is locked. This thing's locked. Scizor is not locked. It can still close combat. That thing's just stuck clicking high horsepower. It'll do a decent amount to Whimsicott, but you don't want to do that. Close combat is basically free into the non-protect Tyranitar. So that's going to be rough. Still has 50%. That's the crazy part. And it looks like the game's just wrapped up at this point. Scizor Slam's going to take game 2. Do they get the poison? No, Dazzling Gleam cleans it up. All right. Looks like it's going into game 3. This has been an interesting matchup for sure. Both like kind of interesting teams. Scizor Slam's team is, it just seems like Sun offense, right? But like, typically speaking, when you only have one Sunsetter and it's Heat Rock, Ninetales, you're gonna struggle to keep the Sun up because it's a frail Pokemon. It's easy to one-shot. Sand teams have a lot of options to get rid of it, and there's no manual Sun on the Whimsicott. The whole team's also super duper weak to Earthquake, so it's actually pretty interesting how like good of a fight they're putting up right now. Then again, the other team doesn't have Earthquake at all, which is the thing that I find interesting. Like you have a Choice Band Excadrill, you go Horn Drill over Earthquake. All right. Choice Scarf Heat Wave burns. Ooh, that could be really bad, actually. This whole team... There's only a few Pokemon on the team that can actually deal with Chandelure. And it's pretty unlikely that they brought 2 of them. With Sneasler and Whimsicott on lead, it looks like it's probably going to be like a Ninetales in the back alongside one of the Pokemon that can actually hit this thing for super effective damage. And if it's Walking Wake, that's probably like the best case scenario. But if it's King Gambit, things could get kind of difficult. A Terra could also be super useful. Yeah, there's the Walking Wake. Does basically no damage because of the Time Sword resist. Sneasler comes back out. It is pressuring a Fake Out on the Murkrow, but I don't think the Murkrow really cares too much. Choice Scarf on this Chandelure means that it's doing basically no damage, and there's no Pokemon in the back that wants to take... I mean, it's gonna KO the Sneasel, or the Sneasler, right? But it's not gonna do any damage to this, and you have to figure out if they're like willing to trade the Chandelure for a KO, because everything in the back is not gonna enjoy taking a Hydro Steam. They decide to go for it. They burn the Walking Wake, meaning it's taking damage from the Life Orb and the burn now. They go for Dire Claw into this. That's a bit of a strange turn, because it seems like they had 2 KOs lined up if they just swapped the order. Or the targeting. All right. They get the order correct this time. So they protect the Walking Wake for some reason. There's Iron Valiant. The opponent hasn't burned Terror yet, so even though this thing's paralyzed, they can just tear on the Sucker Punch, which would be a little bit problematic. The Iron Valiant's also a pretty huge threat to the King Gambit. And when these are the only two Pokemon left, and your opponent either has Tyranitar, Excadrill, or Iron Hands in the back, things aren't looking great for Scizor Slam right now. All right, yeah, it looks like... Ooh, actually, I mean, Sucker and a couple of Paras could be enough, but... I mean, like, all three Pokemon in the back deal with King Gambit, so it looks like Scizor Slam's not going to be able to take that round. See what the Sarge needs. All right, yeah. That round's going to be taken by Walking 1918. Good round. Interesting teams on both sides. Go ahead and report. All right. Clear to judge requests. And it looks like there is... Oh, wait. Clear. Looks like how many matches are still going. There's one match still going. It's Addox and Max Upgrade. I know they start a little bit late. Find a user, Addox. Looks like they're offline. Addox 3, hold on. Offline. Alright, let me go to their match. Hold on. Alright, cool. So with that, all of the matches are done. Hopefully no one is still playing and requesting a judge. I'm hoping, so we can begin round 2. Alright, let me see. Alright, round 1 is completed. Let's take a look at round 1 real quick. I'm gonna move this over here. All right, standings. So at the end of round 1, we got this. I am currently at the top because my opponent didn't show up. Oh wait, I think I have to finalize everything. All right, let me finalize it. Give me a second. I'm gonna do it from the other page. Judge, admin. Scroll, I don't know how to do this part. Dashboard and round, there we go. Notify players when last round ends. And round. All right, now we can take a look at how this round went. Standings. So, currently, we are looking at a pretty... Oh wait, I didn't look at the metagame. Look at the metagame real quick. Iron Hands has 42 users in this over 100 person tournament. 25 Sinistchas, 23 Whimsicott, 18 Archaladon, 18 Brute Bonnet, 17 Basket Legion, 16 Torkoal, 16 Walking Wake, 15 Alolan Ninetales, 15 Grimmsnarl, 14 Dondozo, 14 Thundurus, 13 Ting-Lu, 13 Pelipper, 12 Regidrago, 12 Iron Bundle, 11 Tatsugiri, 11 Heatran, 11 Ringmoon, 11 Politoed, 10 Volcarona, 10 Glimmora, 10 Cresselia, 10 King Gambit, 9 Articuno, 9 Mousehold, 9 Gothitelle is interesting, 9 Scrafty is also pretty cool. Surprisingly low amount of Sneasler. I thought Sneasler would be a lot higher in usage, frankly. But, yeah. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and begin the next round. Pair next round. Next round has started. Let's see who we're facing. We're facing McDrewby. Ah. What's up, man? Regigigas Torkoal. Okay. Alright, next round is up. We're ahead of schedule by about 7 minutes. All right. All right. GLHF. Terra Fighting. We only got one fairy, which is really nice for me. But I'm a little scared. Maybe I should have put Rain Dance on my Thundurus. Maybe that would have been smarter than what I did run. I'm running just a funny team, frankly. Coaching seems really frustrating. Okay, I need you guys to hear me out on my picks. I need you guys to hear me out. Oh, I am so going to sleep. I am so... Oh, wait, there's no sleep powder. Wait a minute, there's no sleep powder. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There's no sleep powder on this team. Wait, no, we're gaming. Hold on. There's no sleep powder. Yay! Nice. They do still have overheat, which can be a little bit annoying. All right. Walking Wake. Boost your speed. Do you guys want to see something crazy? You guys want to see something crazy? I totally live this. I totally live this. I totally live this. I don't live that. They crit me. Okay. I'm AV Drago. Dang it. Okay. That sucks. Especially since Torkoal lives now. Oh, that's rough. Okay. We can just Muddy Water Last Respects, to be honest. That sucks, though. Okay. Worry Seed. I lose my Swift Swim, but that doesn't matter. Ooh. Ooh. I need to live a Draco and a Moonblast. Oh, that crit really sucked. Light screen, interesting. Ooh. No Draco? Oh, they're scared of missing the Draco, and that cost them the game. They were too scared of missing Draco, and it cost them the game. Alright, GG, well played. Let's report that game won. Alright. Yeah, I probably should have put Rain Dance on my Thunderous. That was just dumb of me. I do really like this lead, though. I think that this lead is actually just able to goob everything if I play it right. Yeah, like this. You guys want to see something crazy? Check this out. Is that Thunderwave Regigigas? Don't you dare. Don't you dare Thunderwave me. Don't you dare. Don't do this to me. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Now we go for this. I feel like I tank it. Oh yeah, okay. Dragon Energy didn't do as much as I hoped. Next one should do it. Should be fine to just continue trying this. Actually, they do have protect. Yeah, I just keep doing this. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Don't you dare. Okay, don't. There we go. All right, nice. Slow starts back. I can get my Baskin. My Baskin, Robin. Six, 7. 167 speed, 6'7". Let's get Politoed in here. Go for the last respects. All right. Block the Solar Blade. Yeah, we block Solar Blade. Nice. Okay, so we get a free KO there and we Muddy Water. They can't switch out. Nice. Okay, that should be game. All right, Helping Hand, Last Respects. Actually, I just Muddy Water, Last Respects. It don't matter. All right, GG, well played. Regigigas is annoying. Thunderwave Regigigas especially. I hated that. I hated everything about that. All right. See what other matches are happening. Let's check out. I really want to know, is Arcane VGC still playing? because they're a pretty decent player. Yeah, Arcane VGC is playing. I'm gonna watch this. Arcane VGC. Game 2 of 3. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like it ended. Let's watch that replay. I'm really curious how that went. Okay, so in game 1, Mouse Ape lead versus Iron Hands Kamoa. What's the Kamoa set? The Kamoa set is Clangor's Soul. Ooh. Yeah, Lack of Fairies makes Kamoa really interesting. Clangor's Soul goes off. Sinistcha comes in to heal. Flash Cannon just one-shots the Mousehold off the Terra Fairy. Rage Fist comes in. It's not going to do too much because they don't have any boosts off of it. Sinistcha is also able to redirect everything, so Rage Powder is just going to move that Rage Fist into the other guy. Flash Cannon still does decent damage to Grimmsnarl. They end up just going for the bulk up. Rage Powder, of course, is going to redirect. Grimmsnarl gets its second screen up, just in case they want to deal with Iron Hands in the back, I suppose. Sinistcha takes a decent amount of damage. However, what's that item? Eject button Sinistcha. Screamtail comes in. It's gonna disable the Rage Fist. Maybe they call that out, go for a Drain Punch. No, they try to go for it. Lunar Blessing, heals up, Annihilate. And they go for the forfeit. Let's check this one out. Looks like a similar story here. I'm glad round 2 is going a little smoother. Alright. Takes the fake out into the Grimmsnarl. Kamoa goes for Terra Steel and sets up. Probably just not wanting to get hit by Sludge Bomb. Or Mortal Spin, because it would put this thing on a timer. Iron Hands gets poison, which should be pretty useful. The Terra Steel on what I assume is going to be a Flash Cannon call-up, but they end up just going for the Grimmsnarls. They reflect instead of light screening. Volt Switch is going to chip down the Glamora. Probably send it in Flash Cannon range. It's probably already in Flash Cannon range. Actually, no. Assault Vest might save it. They go for the Clanging Skills instead, knowing that they basically wall out Glamora, other than the Earth Power. They Sludge Bomb Poison. Iron Hands comes back in. It's able to fake out. Trick Room goes up, but this thing can't protect. They switch into Ape. Fake out hits nothing. Lunar Blessing gets Crest back up a little bit. They Clanging Scales deal a pretty substantial amount of damage to the Ape, but lower their defense, so now it's probably Drain Punch range, isn't it? They protect in Wild Charge, make sure Cresselia can't heal. Iron Fist goes off. Or not Iron Fist, Rage Fist goes off into Iron Hands. Glamora hits the field. Just 2 turns of Trick Room. They heal up the Iron Hands. This is a pretty good game, actually. Kamoa hits the field again as Trick Room ends. Drain Punch KOs Glamora, and it is now a 4v1 situation. Drain Punch doesn't KO. They send in Sinistcha. That's just game. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Parastrap with Clangor's Soul is kind of crazy. Any judge calls? No? Which matches are still going? Alright. Let's check out Emergency. I believe they had a different username. Forget what it was though. God, I wish I showed it here. Pairings. Let's watch the Sarge. The Sarge 101. Game 2 of 3. All right. Looks like we have a little bit of a mirror. Not quite. Same type of archetype. Oh, no, not at all, actually. No, that's just a Tinglu on Rain. Interesting. Sorry, I saw Entei, Tinglu, Gyapdos, and got flashbacks. Wild Bolt Storm. Looks like this is an Eerie Impulse support Thunderous. I won, but my opponent did not check on Limitless, so I did not get a point. Pearl Successor. There's an Amoonguss and a Golden Go in the tournament? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Who's got the Amoonguss and the Golden Go? Making me look for the Amoonguss and the Golden Go. They just lose access to it. Like, that's all I can do is just say, like, hey, you lose access to those two mons. Let me check the team list. Metagame. Yeah, someone submitted a Golden Go. Yeah, hold on. Darth Gracie's. I have to message this person. Hold on. Yeah, they submitted an illegal team. They weren't paying attention to the rules at all. Hold on. Matches, pairings, Darth Glacies. Darth Glacies, view. Darth, your team is illegal. Golden Go and Amoonguss are both banned. I don't know how we didn't catch that. Alright, so Darth Glacies lost to this round, which is really funny. Oh, okay. They submitted the wrong team. So they're not playing with that. They just accidentally submitted it. Let me just update their team list, so it isn't incorrect. Alright, here. Admin, edit participants. Darth Glacies. Additional options. I don't know how I would do this. I guess as long as I have their team list now. I have their team list now, so I'm just gonna say, like, they can just like as long as they're not playing the actual team, you know. Let me see if there's any way I can manually update it though. That is annoying. Edit tournament registration. How do I edit the registration? Dashboard? No. Edit participants. Yeah, there's no option to automatically update it, so I'm just gonna say the other person with Amoonguss has oh, there's another Amoonguss in the tournament? Okay, hold on. Let me find the other Amoonguss. Metagame. Let me see. So that's Bolt Beam Studios. They won both of their matches. Let me see. Pairings, Bolt Beam. It's so hard to just read rules. I'm using Sinistron out of Amoonguss. Okay, so it looks like they fixed their team. Looks like they fixed their team. All right, just be sure to clarify that at the start of each round and have OTS. Okay, so some of the team lists have errors. They're using different Pokemon. As long as that's the case, they haven't actually brought those Pokemon to the tournament, we're still fine. All right, we're fine. We're fine. It is annoying that they didn't notice, but it's whatever. All right. Which matches are still going? Watch this one. Oh, okay. Rabombi, that's interesting. Let me look at this team sheets. So it looks like Tyranitar isn't banned, but they're using solo Houndstone. Let me look at the team sheet real quick. Team sheets. Pairings. Here. So, looking at this team sheet, looks like it is Houndstone. It's fluffy Houndstone. Ally Switch, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split. I didn't even realize I got an Ally Switch. Is Terran Dragon Crit Draw a lot to task in 2026? Kinda. It's not incredible. You know what's really funny is seeing that we've had 2 Ninetales Charizard teams so far today. Torkoal and Jumpluff are not banned. People just prefer this. Alright, Burn Breloom probably isn't going to be able to clutch this up. I'm pretty sure they're just going to get annihilated here. Three? Gotcha. Looks like the big mice probably gonna take it. I don't know, actually. Maybe they just get like every pair they need. It's such a slow endgame. All right. This is actually kind of crazy. I'm pretty sure there's no way Breloom wins because it's burned. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance. That was crazy though. That was kind of crazy though. Like I was actually kind of invested. I'm like, wait, how is Breloom doing this? All right. Looks like no judge calls this round, which is really nice. And we only have 3 games left because I believe Goltriss's game just ended. Check out Astrocat. They got the username Astro? That's crazy. Astro. What? Okay. Oh, Astrocat VGC. All right. Looks like Dozo stall. Oh no, not Dozo stall. Looks like, what kind of Dozo is this? Coaching Dozo? Looking at this list. It's Tinglu Dozo. Is there any coaching on Scraffy? No, it's Snarl Superfang Fake Out. Interesting. This is the bundlers format, yeah. You like Galarian Zapdos? I do like Galarian Zapdos. Lucario's kind of crazy. I faced an Okidogi, yeah. Okidogi's already a decent Reg F mon. It's probably even better in this format. Oh, it's got Howl. That's the tech. Yeah, I guess Howling Does would be pretty interesting. Sleep powder goes off. Safety goggles, though. Safety goggles Okidogi's a new set to me. How long have we been walking on this treadmill? Apparently we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I want the size spam Fluttermane to be real so badly it hurts. What? Yeah, we're way ahead of schedule. I set a 45-minute round timer just in case. Because I want people to be rushed. But like, as long as we're ahead of schedule, it doesn't matter. Yeah, there's only 2 more games going on. All right. Great Tusk is going to do pretty substantial damage to Okidogi. Sleeping Lilligant is... Yeah, okay. Lost due to inactivity. They ran out of time. That's crazy. They ran out of time. They got timed out. Oh my god, I've never seen that. I guess I have seen it. Getting timed out on VGC. Alright, wait for game 3. Where's game 3? Show me game 3. There it is. Alright, we can watch this one from the start. And I'm almost free from treadmill. Actually, I am free from treadmill. Alright, I can sit down! Hooray! Actually, I'm probably not going to sit down. I'm probably just going to keep standing, but like put the treadmill away. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So Lilligant Scrafty lead. Or Lilligant versus Scrafty lead. Terra Fire. Just gonna want to make sure they don't drop to Eruption. Lunar Blessing is gonna wake up the sleep. Just really clutch on the Cresselia. You go for a Snarl, making sure Torkoal's not gonna be able to get a lot of damage off. However, this is a pretty passive game plan, especially when close combat's still being threatened. All right. All right, here's close combat. Goes in the Scrafty. Doesn't do too much damage because they're at -1. And actually, I mean, like, I guess Scrafty can slowly wear them down. That Drain Punch does a substantial amount of damage. Scrafty's not really known for its damage. I think it has like base 90 in both attack stats, or in its attack stat. So it being able to two-shot Lilligant here with those drop defenses is obviously very appreciated. Great Tusk hits the field. I'm not sure what Great Tusk really seeks to accomplish here. I know it's going to be able to deal pretty decent damage to the Scrafty, but being so weak to Cresselia has got to be an issue. Actually, no, it's not super weak to Cresselia because they're Charge Beam. I figured they'd have Psychic. They're Charge Beam. Great Tusk also does struggle with Dozo, though, so that could be a little bit of a problem. Dozo hits the field. Go for the Leaf Blade onto the Cresselia. Actually, it does a good amount to Dozo. The Trick Room does go off, though, so now this Great Tusk is pretty threatened. Photosynthesis activates because the sun went away, but the booster energy remains. Liquidation shouldn't be able to KO Great Tusk, though. Or maybe it does, actually, with the defense job. It depends how much this Dondozo has invested into attack, but Tinglu Dozo doesn't typically have a lot. Liquidation, no, not even close. Lunar Blessing is going to get that Dondozo back up. I can understand why this set is taking so long. They go for the Coaching and a Leaf Blade. Dozo's going to ignore that Coaching boost, though. Oh, sorry, they go for the Bulk Up and Leaf Blade. Sorry, Coaching's just, you know, bulk up, but to your friends. Yeah, I understand why this set's taking forever. Terra Steel, it's going to tank the Liquidation. Icy Wind actually does a good amount despite the Steel. And Headlong Rush is going to be able to KO. Wait, is this not... Is it not unaware? Oh, wait, it's Oblivious. Okay, hold on. Interesting. I guess they just didn't want to get taunted. All right, Great Tusk in an interesting position. Torkoal is going to be the slowest thing in the field, but Rocky Helmet Tinglu, if they even touch that Tinglu, they drop. Choice Specs Eruption. I believe Heat Wave might be the stronger move here at this point at 69%, or it might still be Eruption, but it's not looking incredible because that Tinglu's kind of able to wall, and the Scrafty is especially going to make things difficult. Heat Wave is going to go. It's going to miss the Tinglu, meaning no damage and no burn. Santomb is going to pick up the KO on the Great Tusk, and Scrafty's just able to threaten a fake out down on this Torkoal, who is locked into Heat Wave now. Lucario hits the field. It does have access to priority and extreme speed, but both these Pokemon are bulky enough where that isn't going to be doing too much. Terra Normal E-Speed could be pretty good, but they already burned the Terra on the Great Tusk, so it's a non-factor. And it looks like it's just Torkoal versus the world now. And Scrafty obviously just kind of walls it out, and a couple of Drain Punches will end this game, so... Lunar Blessing is going to heal up the Scrafty. Snarl. I guess they just don't want to have to deal with possible crits. Or no, that doesn't deal with crits. Wait, what am I saying? No, Drain Punch would have just done it. They're really extending this game by snarling. Drain Punch just ends the game. There's charging. Oh, they wanted the Charge Beam KO, maybe? Alright, GG's, y'all. Alright. Looks like that was the last game. Let me see if there are any judge calls. No judge calls. Alrighty. Let me go to this page. Dashboard. We're going to end the round and we're going to see how it's going. So. Currently. Wait, I'm about to go to standings. Currently in standings we have ABC Master 11 in first with an Articuno, Sinistcha, Galarian Moltres team. Ash Ice Claw in second, standing with Archaludon, Sinistcha team. Sinistcha is pretty common in this format right now. We see chickens with a sun offense team, kind of reminiscent of Reg C, just with Walking Wake and a few other Pokemon like tacked on. I guess you know what I mean when I see like Talonflame, Great Tusk, Torkoal. It feels like a Reg C team, but with like just new tools. Face Sharpie with a Great Tusk Brute Bonnet team. Volcarona and Iron Bundle are pretty solid in this format too. We see Rain offense from Cam Muller, Yeeta with Roaring Moon, Hail offense, Super Jello, sort of like a soft Trick Room with Great Tusk and Walking Wake put in there. And we see Jenkins VGC also running the Wochen Regidrago. Is it Dragon's Fang? Yeah, it's Palm Puff. Yeah, this is actually really interesting. Binding Band Heatran. Okay. All right. Let's begin the next round. I like how I'm just showing my freaking team sheet. Let's get rid of that. Our next round. All right. Pairings. We're in round 3. How was a match already completed? Was it a bye? Yeah, it was a bye. All right, we're facing Yeeta. Check in. Yo. You stream sent me, I blow you up with my mind. All right, GLHF. Yeeta challenge, Reg F. Best of 3. All right. Around the timer. It's times like this I really wish I actually put a defensive Terra on my Regidrago, because this doesn't look super fun. Thunderous, though. Thunderous could go kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. We have Covert Cloak on this. Booster Energy. No Tailwind on you. The Regidrago could be quite good with Tailwind, but the issue is that I just get no diffed by Roaring Moon. Suppose we can try it. Wish I shouldn't do too much to me. I think what I want to do here is... And they only have Freeze Dry. I'm going to Encore here. And Draco Meteor. Nice. Okay. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think what I want to do now is just go for Moonblast. And do I want to burn the Terra? Not really. Dragon Energy still does significant damage to a lot of things. I think I'm willing to go for it. Is that Sash Ninetales? No, it's Choice Specs Ninetales. Okay. This thing's probably going to protect, too. Let's preemptively go Basculegion. And I am going to Dragon Energy. Yeah. Let's see if they protect. Aurovale, decent damage on Bundle. That's nice. Don't think I can KO the Bundle in one hit. Nor can I KO the Ninetales. Ooh, this is rough. think I just have to go for it. I don't think this would KO, but I have to try. All right, we do get the one shot. That's crazy. I didn't think it would do that much. Let's go Whimsy. And this is just Muddy Water. Helping Hand. Regen the Politoad's awesome for me because I can Tailwind. And the Muddy Water again, I believe, is probably my best option. They don't have Wide Guard. Let that get KO'd. All right, we're in a pretty good spot. Regigigas should be the fastest thing in the field. Dragon Energy, Helping Hand should just get everything. Yeah. Especially after that close combat. There's the Protect. Is it going to be Moon? Or Sinisha? Either one doesn't look great. It's Entei. Okay. Choice Band. They haven't burned their Terra yet. That's the concerning thing. Ooh. Does Choice Band one-shot me? I think so. I have to go for it, and I have to Protect. Do I get one shot? Not quite. Okay, I pick up the bundle then. And that should be game, because I can just Draco Meteor. And Muddy Water. Actually, it might not be over. I kind of need this. I kind of need this, drop, don't I? Oh, I need the drop. Do I get it? No. Okay, hold on. There's 5 more Extreme Speeds. Check it out. Double Protect. All right, GG's. Yeah, Extreme Speed got me. All right. Last time they did lead off with something a little scary, but I think we do the same thing, but in a different order. Yeah. Yeah, that's a beautiful lead, actually. I basically just get a free KO on the right slot. And I get Tailwind. Yeah, I'm going to Tailwind up, take my free KO. Nothing really eats this. Maybe I just go Poly... No, I Tailwind now. And I take the KO. Ninetales does not eat this. It's Choice Band. Adamant. Oh, it does eat it. Okay, well. We live and we get frozen. No! Why? Alright, well. At least you got Moonblast. Why? Why would you do this to me, dude? Moonblast go Poly. That sucks. Okay. That's rough. Moonblast Muddy Water. Actually, go Reggie, go Basket Legion Muddy Water seems fine. This KO? I don't think he'll get the KO. I have too much Spit F. Connect with both. In comes Drago. Gotta be careful here. Dragon Energy Helping Hand seems safe. Actually, a Dragon Energy go Whimsicott. Yeah. Because now I Ancient Power Tailwind, right? Watch me get this boost. This boost is gonna go crazy. Check it. Ah, no boost. Okay. That's fine. We still got the Tailwind off, and we get rid of Rain. And we get rid of Snow. So we got 3 turns of Tailwind. We have a Reggie Drago. We can't protect it, though. That's the issue. It is faster than everything, but that extreme speed's going to hurt. And if there's a Roaring Moon, there's going to be an issue. It's Entei. Okay. I Terra Dragon, Dragon Energy for sure here. And I think I just protect, because they have to attack the Drago. And I don't want to get Freeze Dried. Actually, no. I just Helping Hand it. I just double attack, actually. There's no reason to Helping Hand. Double attack just makes more sense. Nice. Like I said, though, if that last Mon is Roaring Moon, things you get kind of iffy, there's Moon. Hey, Moon. I have a lot of defense. That's pretty cool. I don't think I... Oh, wait, your booster attack. I do just win. Dragon Energy Helping Hand gets you. Your booster attack. Cool. All right. Okay. This is a tough round. I don't like this matchup at all. I have a pretty bad hail weakness, don't I? It really just comes down to getting that Tailwind off at the right time. That being said, I'm sending it. I'm sending it this time. I can't bring Wo-Chen. The whole team drops to Wo-Chen, dude. Or the Wo-Chen drops to the whole team. Literally everything on this team but Sinistcha hits you. Okay. I'm gonna Moonblast here. Low key. Moonblast you. Dragon Energy. Oh my god, wait. I might be goated. I might be goated. Ooh. Okay. Obviously, things aren't incredible yet, but it's not that bad. Because they want a Blizzard here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's not that bad. Hopefully they Blizzard. They Freeze Dry. Nice. I have a free KO on left slot, but I also have a free KO on right slot, so we're gonna go for that. There is nothing that really eats this. Not even like Iron Bundle. Yeah, not even Bundle really wants to eat like the Wave Crash with the Choice Band. Something just drops. I'm on top. You don't live this. Nice. Okay. All right. I have a free KO on him on top. Every time. Nothing eats that. So I go for the Hitmontop KO here, I think. And then I just win with Regidrago Whimsicott. So Muddy Water, Wave Crash. Yeah, they went for Freeze Dry. They got a crit on the Politoed. Didn't do too much. Entei drops to Wave Crash. I'd argue that like I can just KO Bundle too. But I definitely just deal with Entei. Entei's free. And then I beat Bundle with Draco. Helping Hand Wave Crash. Nice. Tailwind. Dragon Energy should get you. That was a terrifying game. That was a terrifying game. I think even if they Terra Steel, they don't eat this super well. GG, well played. That was a terrifying matchup. We really had to work for that one. All right. Could you? All right, there we go. Really had to work. We host more of this format? Yeah, next weekend, I think we're going to host it on cartridge. Next weekend, I'll host it on cartridge. That was a really good set, though. All right, let's see if there were any judge calls. All right, no judge calls. And we got 15 matches left. All right, let's see this one. Find a user. Game 2 of 3. Game 3 of 3. Ooh. This is another Regidrago player. Regidrago Iron Crown's cool. It's so good without fairy check. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to deal with without fairies. Format's fire. Yeah, it's a fun format. I'm hoping that we can do these weekly. We still champions drops, you know. I'm gonna see if we can get like a ladder. I know that VGC UU exists, but I think that this is slightly more interesting than VGC UU, strictly just because of like the Pokemon that caught strays. The Pokemon that caught strays, it's like more in line with like how it's more in line with how Game Freak would deal with it. Like they wouldn't just ban Indeedee female, they would ban Indeedee male too. This is like meant to replicate Series 6 rules. Just a little bit more, because I think that if we only ban the top 10, a lot changes, but like not enough to like where we're using Sinnoh on every team, you know. By the way, the M in regulation, M stands for mid. All these Pokemon are mid. Throat Chop does decent damage to this thing. Strength Sap. That's one of my favorite techs on Sinnoh Tinglu stuff. You just get all your health back. That being said, they could have Strength Sap the Regidrago and they probably would have gotten their health back too. Yeah, I know Iron Hands is in here, but like the reason the people are running Sinnoh is because of how good it deals with Iron Hands. And also it's just like a really good Trick Room setter and like healer, but like it does pretty good in Iron Hands, you know. You have Strength Sap, you have Matcha Gotcha. It's like a decent check. Heavy Slam hurts, obviously, but you wall it out otherwise. And put a hat on. Okay. Just felt the need for a hat randomly. What is Regulation M? Regulation M is just top 20 mons are banned and anything that shares their Pokedex number. Do you think Miraidon Magearna can work for hyper offense teams? Right. In this format? What are you talking about? Like in... Yeah, of course Miraidon works for hyper offense teams. It's Miraidon, you know? Reg J isn't a thing anymore, so it can't be Reg J, right? What does Iron Crown even do? It's just like a decent special attacker, and it's like one of the few Pokemon that can like deal with Whimsicott in a single attack, just because Tachyon Cutter hits twice. They call it Tachyon Cutter because it Tachyon you twice. Stomach Tantrum, just gonna take a KO there. Cool. All right, nice. We see Zapdos Tinglu still pretty strong in this format. How many more matches are here? Three more matches. Let's check out Aragon. Aragon 737. Alright, looks like... Oh wait, they have a different username. Okay, I guess Aragon just didn't show up. This is so funny. Wait, hold on. Maybe it's a different username. Let me check Phoenix. Okay, hold on. Maybe they're playing a different person. Okay, Aragon VGC. That's what it is. I was wondering. I was like, where the hell is this mash? Another Regidrago. I'm really glad people are recognizing how good Regidrago is this format. Oh, wait. I'm not in the right game. All right. I mean, in a Weezing versus Torkoal endgame, I could see how Weezing could win this. Sun's gone. It doesn't have the best special defense stat. It dodges the Will-O-Wisp. Overheat connects, and they get the crit. It just ends the game. Okay. Interesting. All right. How many more matches are here? Pairings. Looks like that was the last match of the round. Wait for that to finish. All right, so Aragon won, right? Yeah. Okay. Do. Judge, admin, dashboard. We're gonna end the round. Our next round. Let's see. We are now in round 4, so we're halfway through the tournament. Let's see what our match is. Versus 80-80. Check in. Oh, is it another Reggie? Ah, okay, it's Regigigas. All right, yo. All right. YouTube. Username. Is it Laurel Shine? I think it's Laurel Shine. Maybe they'll challenge me. No, not Laurel Shine. For real 24. All right. Challenge Reg F. Best of 3. All right. Not a fan of having to face. Oh, geez, I just closed my whole game. Hold on. I just closed Showdown. I literally just exited Showdown. Hold on. All right. Let me fix that. All right, got it. Find a user. Challenge. Reg F, best of 3. Challenge, there we go. How do I deal with Regigigas? I played Regigigas last time, but I played Regigigas earlier, but it was not Life Orb Regigigas, so it was a lot easier to deal with. I do have max speed Tailwind, so that should still be fine, and I have Covert Cloak. Honestly, Regigigas can't be that bad here, right? Bring Bask. I can't turn off the ability either. Go Wo-chan. This isn't ideal. Moonblast Ancient Power. Oh my god, I actually got the boost. There's no way I actually got the boost. Wait, that's really funny. That's really, really funny. There's no way. Iron Hands? Okay. Dude. Imagine. There's no way I got that boost. I should go Wo-chan here, Earth Power. Just because I can Pollen Puff, for sure. Oh my gosh. There's no way that just happened. I got the boost and cooked them. I cooked them with the freaking boost. Okay, all right. Well, there's no way I'm gonna like have a match that quick this time. Like this is a hard matchup. I got very lucky there. I got absurdly lucky there. I'm gonna do it again. Okay. Bum 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 bum. It's Encore, Earth Power. Nope. Okay, decent damage. They do just one-shot me with close combat, but not that bad. It's not that bad. I got Moonblast now. Air Terror Poison, though. Maybe just double. That'll definitely KO. Iron Hands. This is still safe, isn't it? Alright, they do burn, which is a little unfortunate because I don't know how I beat you now. Well, actually, it's not that bad. This might still get you. No, not quite. Probably just gonna get cooked by Regigigas here. I'm sorry, why does it still say slow starts active? That's incorrect, right? Yeah, there it is. Alright, GG, well played. Alright. Yeah, 62%. Slow start was not active. Let's do... Ochan wasn't super useful there. I think Politoed's just better. Your choice, Specs. I do just get a free KO here if I Tailwind. There's no way you live up. You don't have a defense stat. It's Spectre. They have to Will-O-Wisp too. They do connect, but I don't think it matters too much. They still have incredible damage output. There's a Bungle. Iron Bungle. Special attack drops epic. Wave Crash does a lot of damage too. You get another Moonblast off here, pretty much for free. There's not much they can do. They do taunt me. However... Oh, it's Iron Hands. Okay. I don't think it matters too much. Assault Vest, Iron Hands. Alright, nice. Get Earth Power here. Protect. Should be faster. Were we faster in game 1? I don't know if we were faster in game 1. I'm gonna hope we were. 107 speed we had to be, right? Nice. Okay. This is a pretty good position. I am just going to Earth Power Muddy Water. Decent damage. Accuracy drops epic. Wild Charge. Does not one-shot me, which means I get the win. Earth Power Muddy Water. Good game. GG, well played. Nice. That was another kind of a tough one. Out here. That was another tough one. Cool. Any judge calls? Judge, nope. And there are a few people actually streaming their runs. That's nice. All right. Watch K Moeller and Arcane VGC. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you leave a like on it. Looks like they're not in a game. Are they? Hold on. Find a user. Arcane VGC. Sick. They're in game 1 still. Looks like it's just Thunderous versus the world right now. Yeah, it's doing a pretty decent job, but I'd imagine Wild Charge. Oh wait, no, they can't Wild Charge. It's... Wait, is this thing walled? Oh my god, wait, the Thunderous is walling. Gyarados is one of the last Pokemon. Okay, no, Thunderous is not going to end up winning this, but that's crazy that it almost walled. That's crazy that it almost walled. What? I didn't realize that was happening. You listen to K-pop? Not super often, once in a while. Is there anything stopping people from stream sniping? The fact it's a friendly tournament worth no money. It just kind of makes you a dork. Like, that's technically the thing that stopped me. It's like, why would you stream snipe in a friendly tournament? Oh, wait, that was game 2. Yeah. All right. Let's check out Logan F. Oh, no, the match is over. I said hide complete matches, bro. Why is it not hiding complete matches? Chessboard. That's weird. It's saying that the match is done, but it's not completing it. Refresh. Okay, Arcane won this match 2-0. There we go. Okay, I just had to refresh that page. Scraw's playing. Let's check out Scraw. Find a user. Oh, it just ended. Dang it, Scraw. That's the thing about these showdown tournaments. They go so quick. It's hard to get any matches on stream. People making their matches private. What the heck? Okay. That match ended. Looks like we still got about 14 matches, 15 matches. Chickens, are you playing? Every time I try to join, it's right as it ends. Find a user. Alright, that match finished as well. There we go. Game 2 of 3, game 3 of 3. Okay, they're in game 3. Looks like a Iron Hands Reign Soft Trick Room team versus, I think we saw this earlier. This is that setup Kamoa. Marvel Rivals when there's 40 Candleline versus VGC players playing for $3. There isn't even money here. There isn't money. There isn't a showdown sprite. There's nothing. Also, this music's been going forever. Skip. Oh yeah, Punch-Out music. I'm gonna go grab an apple. Did I miss the ending? Sorry, I was hungry. I haven't eaten yet today. Guess that guy doesn't want me to watch the stream. Let's check out McDruby. Dang. You guys gonna report these games? Alright, I guess Gurfy won both of them. Cool. What variety of apple is it? Actually, I don't know. I just grabbed a bag of apples. I'm typically a gala apple guy, or gala, however you pronounce it. All right. Okay, we actually found a game. Parish in the format's kind of crazy. None of the good Parish mons got banned except for Flutter, right? And in Sin, I suppose. Does this Tinglu have any dark moves? It's got Throat Chop. Helping Hand Throat Chop? No, the Gothitelle didn't protect last turn. Yeah, I was gonna say, they body pressed trying to call the Gothitelle protect, but them not protecting last turn is kind of big, because Helping Hand Throat Chop would have just one-shot Goth. Because now they can just switch out, and then it's a 4v1. Disable? Yep, there it is. Full health Sinistcha versus Thunderous. Scrafty's next to it. I don't think that Thunderous can get this. I think that's just game. Yeah, it's completely game. Dang, I annihilated that apple. All right. Let's see what we got here. Pairings. Looks like there's one match left, and it's plays for days versus chickens. And we can't watch it because they privated the game. They also haven't reported any other games yet, so we're gonna hope that one of them sees this. Find a message user, find a user. Chickens is offline. Oh, there we go. All right. Cool. All right, this round is done. Fun open match issues? Hold on. Need to drop out the tournament? Sure. Alright, we're gonna drop Death Mask. Edit participants, Death Mask. Go ahead and drop player. Alright. And now we can end the round. All right, let's see how we're looking right now on the standings. So we're going into round 5, and currently, our standings look like this. We have first place is Glav, who is running a Rain Tinglu sort of looking team. We have Kafka, who is running it looks like just a Reg H team with a Namorous thrown on there. That's really funny. We have Chessboard, who's running a Sun Soft Trick Room, like Parish sort of thing going on there. Logan F running Weird Ear. That's pretty cool. Let's look at this Weird Ear real quick. Covert Cloak Weird Ear with skill swap. What are we skill swapping here? Guard Dog, maybe? Oh, wait. They skill swap the Intimidate to activate Guard Dog and Okidogi. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. All right. Interesting. All right. Let's continue the tournament. Pairings. Oh, all right. We're table 1. Check in. Ooh. I don't know how much I like my Parish matchup. I think I'm about to get Parish trapped. I think I'm about to get annihilated by Parish. Okay. Now we gotta wait for them. Hello, Marcos Busta Perez. Hello. This board, gotcha. Offline. Online. Sometimes you just gotta try twice. Alright, how do I beat Parish? Sun Parish especially, this seems just undoable, Loki. I don't know how I beat this. I don't have Taunt on the team either. Do I have Taunt? No, I don't have Taunt. I got like a couple of good Taunt users and I don't got it. Helping Hand. I don't even got manual rain. They can just annihilate me with sun. Hmm. What if I try this? Okay. Actually gonna wave crash you. Attempt a nasty plot. Okay. Now I do have protect as the thing. I'm gonna go for it. Nice. I could have tarried. Okay. Let's go for the KO on Screamtail. And we'll just raw Wild Bolt. Alright, no Perish for them now. And no Fairy type. That's awesome. Alright. Ooh. I don't know how much I like this, actually. Dragon Energy. Stuck protecting. Oh, I could have tarried. I'm going for this. Can I get this? AV saved me? AV did not save me. Alright. Yeah, this Iron Hands is an issue. Take the Wild Charge bait. Looks like they don't have anything to deal with this in the back. So I think this is my play. I think I Helping Hand and Wild Bolt Storm. Take as much damage as I can, and then I get Protect next turn. Oh, I live. That's awesome. That's actually incredible. Now I get to protect with both my guys. How much did the Wild Bolt Storm do? 54% to Brew Bonnet with the Helping Hand. But they Pollen Puffed. That's an issue. That's certainly an issue. Let's Muddy Water. I can Sludge Bomb you and get the KO. And I kind of need a special attack drop. Nice. Can I get this? No. Doesn't seem that bad, though. I'll just Protect here. Actually, they should call out the Protect inside Pollen Puff. I'm going to Sludge Bomb. Ooh, okay. This is going to be close. I don't think Sludge Bomb gets it. Unless I crit. Nah, alright, GG's. Alright. Hmm. If I tarred my Regidrago earlier, I could have had a lot easier time doing that. I do like my Whimsicott here the more I look at it. It does prevent them from doing a lot of really important stuff. They are Terra Dark on this thing, though. That could be the issue. Hmm. Do this. All right. $179, $130. And pull out a calculator. I should probably be faster. I know I get a one-shot if I do this right. Hmm. They have to Terra. They have to Terra. I'm not faster. Oh my god, they're like maximum speed. Oh my god, I thought they wouldn't be max. Oh, that's rough. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh, I didn't think they'd be max speed. I think I just lose off of that. Yeah, because 179 times 1.5 is 268. And I'm 260 right now. Oh my gosh, they're like absolute maximum. They're timid. Okay, well that sucks. I think I just lose. That does a decent amount. I really didn't think it would be max. I figured in this format they'd be a little slower. Hmm. Who knows? Maybe Regidrago just sweeps at the end. Who knows? Dang, I wish I didn't burn my Terra. Maybe Regidrago sweeps with like a million crits. Oh, they set up Trick Room. They know. They know what's up. All right, GG. Well played. Yeah. I think my play was fine if they weren't max, but I had no way of knowing. All right. All right, that's our first loss of the tournament. All right. That was round 5, so we got one more round after this, and then we go into Top Cut. So far, I'm X1. I think you basically have to be X2 with decent resistance to Top Cut. Is Scraw still in here? Yeah, Scraw's still here. Is 2-3 right now, though. Yeah, so far Parish is very good. Alright, we're about halfway done with the round. Then we go into final round and top 8 cut. Let's see if we can make top 8. If not, we can at least commentate all top 8. Also, I'm finally going to sit down. I've been standing for how many hours? I've been standing up for about 3 hours. And I was walking for an hour that. Hold on. All right. How do we feel about this tournament so far, guys? Are we liking it? Because next week we'll do a in-game tournament, if so. All right. Check out Phase Sharpie. Dang, can you... Chat. Can you invite me to this one? Yo, invite the game for stream. Alright. This is completely unrelated to Pokemon, but I remember talking with you about the hardest physics class being thermodynamics. I'm taking thermo optics right now. Yeah, thermo's never fun. And also, thank you so much for the $4.99. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. How do I invite? Just send link. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Remember, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, leave a like. All right. Looks like we're in game 2. Due to the thermal optics taker, real. Guys, guess how many likes we have on the stream? And Moxie's arm, it's all good, Jacob. All right, Iron Hands takes out Latias. Volcarona is definitely giving me an issue for hands, though. Tusk. What's the Tusk set? Life Orb. I mean, a Headlong Rush would hurt this thing pretty bad, but I think that they just kind of get walled out by Volk. Alright, Giga Drain on Tusk. That's just going to one-shot. They double miss the hands. Young Aaron Zhang here. Close combat. Still, Tyranitar, Volcarona. Iron Hands has a reduced special defense stat. I don't know if you can do it. Oh, it outspeeds and drain. But wait, Iron Hands... If it, like... No, it just gets walled out by Giga Drain. I was going to say, if it, like, crits a Wild Charge, this is doable. I don't know, maybe crit Wild Charge does do it. After, like, sand damage. Heat Wave? No, you're going to drop your own Wild Charge now. Flame Body, there's the burn. And the recoil and the sand. Alright. Nice. Alright. That was crazy. One open match issue, let's see. All right, looks like Skrawl's dealing with it. Nice. All right. How many more matches are going? Pairings. Looks like we just got 4 matches left, and then we enter the final round of Swiss. And then we top 8. Which you go pretty quick, because it's a showdown top 8. All right, looks like they're done with their game. No, it looks like they just made their game private. Why is everyone making their games private, man? I'm trying to stream this tournament. I have to find someone else to stream. All right, that one wrapped up. What about this one? Astrocat VGC, you still playing? Yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, this was the Howl Okie Dokie guy. Iron Hands comes in. Cork Drive, it's booster. Is this it's Swift Swim, not adaptability. Alright, Crest ends up getting 2 KO'd. I could see Scrafty coming in here and being a nuisance. Seems like pretty average tusks to me. True. Is cut X2 or top 8? It's top 8. What would it take to make Okie Dokie real? People keep trying, and I just don't believe in them. I mean, it's Okie Dokie. It's always going to be a decent pick. I don't think it's ever going to be top tier. But it's like, it is a real Pokemon. Only on like very specific teams, though. Personally, I think AV Okie Dokie is always the correct option. Alright, Meow just barely lives that. But it is threatening down Dozo and Iron Hands now for decent damage. What's the item on this? What is it, like Choice Band? Choice Scarf. Ooh, okay. Is 5x guaranteed to make playoffs? I low-key don't know. I think I just set it to be top 8. So it depends on your opponent's resistance and stuff. It's just top 8 cut. And to be honest, had I known we were going to get over like 100 people playing, I would have made it top 16. Did not realize. Did not realize we'd have this many people playing. So next week I'll do it correctly. But this is just a friendly tournament, so. Maybe skill swap weirder is what Okidogi needs. I don't know, maybe. Alright, last respect's dealing about 50% because it's not adaptability. But it is 150 base power right now, I believe. No, it's yeah, it is one. No, 2 Pokemon are dead. Yeah, 150. So it's a pretty strong attack. It's a pretty slow end game. Okidogi protects on the last respects. Dozo gets hit though. Iron Hands is still asleep. They go for a yawn. Sorry to keep missing your messages, brother. Do you want me to send an invite or off rip when the game ends? Literally, just don't make your game private, and I'll be able to find it. Because right now your games are set to private with no spectators. That's all you got to do. Isn't Champions coming to mobile too? Yes, it is. When Champions comes out, do you think we'll get a home support day one? I think we have to get home support day one. Because the way the game works, I don't see it being possible without home support. It looks like Astrocat is probably going to take this one. Actually, it's kind of close. If this Iron Hands like wakes up, it's kind of over. It also depends on if this opposing Iron Hands is faster than the King Gambit. Because if it is, it can just one-shot Gambit. Well, actually, no. Has Terra been burned yet? I don't think they did burn Terra. So Dragon's still on the board. All right. Yeah, no, King Gambit is able to pick up. Sorry, I was not paying attention. I was responding to a text. You can tell we're hitting that point in the stream where I'm like, I'm tired. All right, looks like there's one match left. Oh, no, that was the last match. So, as soon as that's reported. Nice. Okay, we can go to final round. Admin, dashboard, and round. Our next round. 37 matches. All right. Let's see who we're facing. Logan F. Yo. Oh, we're facing the weirder Okidogi guy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. All right, Reg F, best of 3. All right, GLHF. If there wasn't a Terra Fairy Okidogi, there's 3 fairies on this team. This Regidrago's useless, bro. That makes me sad. This Regidrago's just useless. That being said, I don't hate Thunderous this game. It's not that bad. We got so many checks. All right. I don't hate this. Okay. Let's just see if we can annihilate it. Actually, this would do more damage. They don't got Thunder Wave, do they? They don't. They have Parting Shot, but I think we should be fine. Alright, they Parting Shot that. They go into Weirder, so they're going to Intimidate. Do I still pick up? I think we still get it. This is Choice Band. Yeah, we get it. There's Grim. Low key. Ooh, Terra Grass kind of sucks. Let's just do that again. All right. Let's go Polytoad Wave Crash. Spirit Break. Ooh, they actually do get us. We do have Muddy Water now, though. Muddy Water's not bad. Muddy Water, Foul Play. Are they gonna do it? Oh, they're gonna do it, aren't they? All right. I think we just go for the Haze and the Foul Play. This is kind of rough. All right, we do get that off. Muddy Water Pollen Puff seems safe. Actually, I don't have my ability active, do I? So that's kind of bad. Let's see if we can get away with this. All right, accuracy drops, awesome. There's the bulk up. Going to Wo-Chien. And I am going to Nasty Plot. That hurt. Protect Nasty Plot. They miss. Oh, that's so goated. All right. Pollen Puff, Wild Bolt Storm. Actually, Pollen Puff Sludge Bomb is better. Get that KO. All right, nice. Go Polytoad, Wild Bolt Storm. No, I just keep Pollen Puffing. You can't break me. Nice. And Para, awesome. Now I definitely have the KO. Because I did 75%. Yeah, good game. Ooh, okay. That's scary. That is a scary team. I can't lie. That's a scary, scary team. And there's so many fairies, too. We just do the same thing. I don't think the Paraful Para mattered at that point. Like, we got it on the last possible turn, and he wasn't going to break us. All right. I'm actually just going to do this. Actually, this is tough. This is a tough lead. Hold on. I'm plotting. I know we wall Okie Dokie a bit, because it only has knockoff. Drain Punch doesn't do too much. Psychic, they try to call out the Terra. Nice. Okay, Nice. Not quite enough for the KO, but we do have options now. How much did the first Drain Punch do? The first Drain Punch did 53, so I live. I'm bolting. And I'm tearing. I'm a freak. There it is. Okay, can I get this? Please tell me I get this. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. No! Oh, that's the worst possible outcome. Okay. I think we're still fine, low-key. I think we're still fine, but missing the Enamorous there was awful. Connect on both. That should just KO. I think we win. Yeah, we just double protect here, and we win. Nice. I helping hand because it does the no, I don't even helping hand. Magnet Terra Electric just gets the KO. Nice. Okay. Muddy Water. Sludge Bomb. Nice. Okay, good game. That was rough. All right, GG, well played. That's a scary team. I can't lie. That is a scary team. Oh my god, weird ear. Freaking weird ear. Almost got cooked by that. All right, let me fix this. Reset match. Appropriately do it. There you go. Oh no. Reset match. There we go. All right, got it. All right. That was terrifying. The only team I lost to. How's it been? Well, we're doing pretty good. We're X-1 right now, so I think we just top cut. Any judge calls? No judge calls. And we have 17 matches left to go. Nice. All right. So currently our run is win versus Hogador 0, who did not show up. Who did not show up. Win versus McDruby, Yeetawheat, 80-80, loss versus Chessboard, win versus Logan F. I got Chessboard's game. All right, looks like they're still playing, but I can't watch the match. Plays for days, though. Please tell me that you made your match open. Nope. Okay. I hate it here. Arcane VGC. Everyone made their matches private. This is a stream, dang it. Okay. Oh yeah, good game, Logan. It happens. I just want to watch a freaking game, dude. Astrocat, they don't make their matches private. There we go. All right. Okay, well, they won. Or they lost. That one's over. I just want to watch the match, bro. Otherwise, we're just sitting here doing nothing. I love that you banned Kanto Arcanine for no reason, like Pokemon did with Male and Didi. Exactly. That's the funny part. People are like, oh, VGC, you exist, Marcos. And I'm like, okay, well, they don't do it right. They don't do it the funny way. I'm doing it the funny way. All right. All right. Okay, Shuples leads Ninetales Glamora against Volcarona Latias. Obviously, Volcarona is pretty threatened by everything Glamora can do if it's Power Herb, which it is. Meteor Beam one-shots here. The Volca could protect, but Latias is kind of able to wall out everything if it just Terra Ices here. So I think Terra Ice isn't, or not Terra Ice, Terra Steel isn't a bad play. Yeah, Terra Steel allows for them to not have to worry about Sludge Bomb. It lets them get off a Mist Ball into Glamora, which should be super effective. Mist Ball's Psychic, right? Yeah, Mist Ball's Psychic. It's gonna be super effective into Glamora. They can probably two-shot. If they like Tailwind here, that's also not like a bad option. They go into T-Tar. There's the Terra Steel. There's the Grass. Auroraville fails. Mistball does decent damage. Special attack drops also like very useful. Meteor Beam should be doing basically nothing to Tyranitar since they have the special attack drop and Tyranitar's in sand and I assume Assault Vested. Yeah. So it looks like Rock Slide's just kind of like free here. Then again, you don't want to force the opponent to get in Dondozo earlier than they want to. But Dondozo here doesn't seem like super threatened by everything in the back. It looks like Dondozo actually just kind of has Earthquake food all the way around. Rotom could be a little bit of an issue if they ended up bringing that to the match, but yeah, Dondozo just comes in here. Ice Beam is going to not pick up the KO on the Glamora. They get Earth Power damage, and it looks like they're forcing them. No, okay. No attack on the Glamora, at least no physical attack, means that they don't get spikes up. I was thinking maybe they were trying to force the Tyranitar to give them Toxic Spikes by Rock Sliding, but Plays for Days avoids that. Dondozo doesn't like losing the Rocky Helmet, but I suppose it's better than losing leftovers. You know, they never had leftovers to begin with. And now it looks like Earthquake is pretty good. They're calling that out. They go right into the Rotom, but they do get solid damage with Wave Crash. And the Dondozo is nearly dead. It's basically got no health left, no leftovers. Latias is... Actually, I mean, like, the Dondozo might outspeed the Latias depending on the spread. Latias doesn't drop to sand damage. And Rotom's in a very solid spot here. It looks like Dondozo isn't able to one-shot either one of these Pokemon. Or, I mean, it can one-shot the Latias, but that's not really a one-shot, is it? They go for the Order Up. Rotom is free just to throw out a Thunderbolt into Dondozo. And now we are in a kind of an even-ish position. Not really. Glamora basically drops to sand damage at the end of this turn, but they can send in the Ninetales to avoid that. They also don't have any option to hit the Volcarona with the Glamora because Sludge Bomb doesn't do too much. Volk also may outspeed. It's a base 100 speed mon. Tatsugiri has Choice Scarf Icy Wind, which is an option here. I could see the Icy Wind maybe being clutch. But it looks like this is in the favor of Plays for Days right now. Getting rid of Dozo really early just opens up a lot of options for them. There's Ninetales Alola. They go for the Icy Wind. They speed drop both of these Pokemon. Except not the Volcarona, it's Cloak. Didn't even notice that. Heat Wave does solid damage to Ninetales, and Volt Switch picks up the rest. And now they're in kind of a rough position because that Glamora is going to drop to sand damage at the end of the next turn. And Tatsugiri's locked into Icy Wind. So I think this game is basically wrapped up. I don't really see any way that Icy Wind can take out the entire rest of the team, especially when Volcarona can just protect here. Glamora goes down, and the match basically ends in one, one go. Here's the Giga Drain. They outspeed and KO. That's good information for both of them, knowing that the Volcarona is going to be faster than the Power Herb Glamora. It looks like that was game 3. Nice. How many games are left? Like only 2 more games. Got Izzy Whooper stand. Oh, no, that game ended. Yeah, it looks like Izzy Whooper stand took that one. Nice. And there's 1 game left. Versus Grand Admiral and Robo Stars. I think they're in game 3. See if the Admiral left the game open for me to spectate. Otherwise, you just gotta wait. Please. Okay, nice. We can actually watch. All right, game 3 situation. Tinglu Cresselia, Helping Hand. They Follow Me. Follow Me is not super helpful with an Earthquake, but they do have Stamina Boost. That Body Press could hurt a lot. They go for the Electro Shot into the Crest. It's gonna pick up. Trick Room ends, so Sneasler comes in. Sneasler is actually in a pretty decent position. Let's see what item it is. I mean, like, Arch is at low enough health where they're fine. There is Protect on the Mousehold, so I don't know, there is a play that could be... I guess Earthquake is, like, always safe, but if they protect the mouse hold, you end up letting them hit the Sneasler for free, and I don't know if mouse hold can one-shot Tinglu. If you KO your own Sneasler, right, if you're willing to make that play, you can go for, like, Protect and Earthquake, but Body Press and Population Bomb could KO the Tinglu, so it is kind of like a weird situation. Like, there are a few options here. If they decide to call something out, like, it really is just, like, this turn decides the whole match, you know? Because doubling into Tinglu on Protect Earthquake would win them the match. But them going for like Follow Me or saying, oh no, there it is. There's Pop Bomb. Pop Bomb's going to go ahead and KO that Sneasler pretty easily. But the Terra Electric looks like it's saving the Tinglu. That Body Press is going to do basically no damage. And they Throat Chop. Oh. No Earthquake is actually... That could lose them the whole game. I think that loses them the whole game if this Pop Bomb lands every hit. 1, 2, 3. There's only a 1% chance for any one of these to miss. 8, 9. Oh, it needed every single one. Oh, all they had to do was Earthquake there and they got the match. That was interesting. Okay, that was crazy. That was a crazy way to end that match. I'm really glad we hopped in there. All right. That should be it. I think that's every match. So we're done with Swiss. As soon as they report that one. There it is. All right. Looks like we're done with Swiss. Let's check this out. Hide completed matches, admin, dashboard, end round. All right. Set up next phase. Let's see who makes it. Once you start phase 2, it's an 8. All right, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. We are starting phase 2. It is a top 8 cut. The reason it is a top 8 cut is because I did not think we'd have this many players. I would have been top 16 if I knew we had this many players. But it is top 8. So X2 is not guaranteed cut. It is just the top 8 players. Your resistance does matter. Let's see who ended up making it. Standings. Looks like we just barely squeezed in there. So our top 8 is going to be Chessboard, Logan F, Plays for Days, Glav, Kafka, Superjello, me, and HQ 2009, who we have not seen any games for HQ 2009, who's running a Fungus. Wait, a Fungus made it into the top 8. Wait, that's really funny. That's actually super duper funny. There's a Fungus in here. Oh my gosh. Did any of the team sheet error people make it in? No, none of the team sheet error people made it in. So there is a Golden Go here. That person did not actually run Golden Go. They did not actually run Golden Go. They ran a completely different team. So, but yeah. So they're fine. But that's really funny. There's a Fungus in top 8. All right. Start bracket. Let's see. Pairings. Looks like we're playing Logan F again. Why do we have to play you again? I really don't like playing the freaking Weird Ear. The Weird Ear is scary, bro. The Weird Ear is scary. Okay, Logan F. Fungus has to go up against the 6-0 Parish Trap guy? That's crazy. All right. Also, there's no check-in for these matches. It's just top 8. Go. Forgot IGN. Logan's a team sheet error person. Oh, yeah. But, like, their team sheet error was... There's no Reggie Drago. It's an Amorous, so it's not like a huge team sheet error. All right, Logan, if you stream snipe me, you're a scrub. Your team sheet's wrong. That's fine. I know. We'll see it. Like, we have open team sheets during the match, you know. That doesn't really matter. I'm excited to see these standings. All right, GLHF. Roaring Moon, Grim Snarl. Okay. Don't love that. Definitely don't love that. That being said, Nasty Plot's fine here. Ooh, good call out. But I don't think I hate this position too much. I'm gonna Terra. Muddy Water should get you. Nice. Okay, that's not that bad. Iron Hands, protect. Ooh, Dragon Dance is scary. Definitely scary. Don't live. Ooh, okay. Wave Crash, I'm probably just gonna get hit for my troubles. Can I get this drop? No? Okay, that's game. GG. Okay, gotta be careful. I hate not being able to bring Drago to this matchup. It sucks. Snarl here. It's not going to do too much. Nice. Nasty Plot Snarl. Should be able to take this KO pretty easily. Nice. Dragon Dance, epic. Foul play's gonna hurt. Nice. Here's a weird ear. Don't mind that, really. We should always attack here. All right. Good to know that's what they want to go for. What should my foul play do? 46%? Nice. Okay. Nice. What I want to see. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. Okay. I love to see the double protect. All right, game 3. So far, this has been a very even set. Not being able to bring Drago's so bad for me, though. I hate that. I hate not being able to bring Drago. Okay. I'll play protect. Cool. That's what I wanted to see. Let's go Polytoad here. All right. Have a guaranteed KO on Moon here. Nice. Weird Ear is a little annoying. Nice. Okay. Nice. Psychic. All right, last two mons are Grim Iron Hands. I think I'm fine-ish. It's kind of scary. A little scary. Ooh. This is rough. Wild Charge certainly one-shots me without Wo-chan. I gotta hope. Ah, dang, I lost. I get the double protect. My only out is like para, basically. Alright, good game, well played. Nice. Alright, we're out in top 8. That's fine though. Alright, so what was it? That was game 3. We won game 2, lost game 1. So it was loss, win, loss. And now I can just watch the rest of the games. Let's see how this is going. Pairings. Alright. Super fun metagame. Thank you for hosting, Moxie. I appreciate you, Rob Star. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna host an in-game version of this next week, probably. Hopefully they remember to make their game open this time plays for days. Nope, they didn't. Okay, every time. Every time. Alright, what about chessboard? Probably not. All right. At least now I'm just TO. Reggie Drago's crazy good. Yeah. A little unfortunate I pulled a triple fairy team. Not triple fairy. Double fairy, single Terra fairy for my top 8. Please, bro, just invite me. It's a friendly tournament. Don't make your games private. It's for stream content. Please. There it is. All right. Bro, the game ended. What game was that? They sent me the link to the game after it ended. Alright, I guess that was game 3. And chessboard proceeds. Chessboard, chat. Please be sure to make your game public so I can spectate. We're top 4. All right. All right, let's see. There we go. All right. I mean, this is game 3 from this position. Looks like we got Tyranitar Iron Hands. Iron Hands is asleep. But they do have the... I don't know. They do have, like, the Mons advantage. I don't have, like, full context for the game because we're jumping in pretty late. But... looks like... Oh, how much health are you in the back? I don't know. They're thinking. All right. Porygon 2, Trick Room's active. Brutbonic can just put Tyranitar to sleep. Yeah, they can just put Tyranitar to sleep. They don't really have any option into that. Spore, Ice Beam just covers for everything. Oh, it wakes up, goes for the Drain Punch. It does not KO, but it does save them from getting KO'd this turn. T-Bomb does decent damage. They're going to cover back up, though. Terra Blast does not pick up either, but the Sand will get it. Brutbonic goes down, Iron Hands goes down, and we have Torkoal and Porygon 2 against a T-Tar at 10% health and a 55% health Rotom. Depending on how much health this Torkoal has. Oh, it's at 30%. I don't know. I mean, Heat Wave would pick up the Tyranitar if it connects, and I think Terra Blast would get the Rotom, so I think that they actually do just pick up the win. Oh, wait, no. Volcarona's still here. Volcarona's still here. And it's Safety Goggles. Ooh, actually, I don't know if they get it. Because this Heat Wave will do a lot of damage, but it's going to be close. All right, they pick up the KO on Tyranitar. No, they don't. Okay. Wait, hold on. They might bring it back. Because I think that they just get walled out by a Quiver Dancing Volcarona. I don't think they can beat that. Especially without Sun, especially without Eruption. There's Rotom. Yeah, they know their line. Go for the Terra Blast. Rotom's going to live. How's that Rotom take so little from Terra Blast? Oh, it's Terra Flying. My bad. I thought it was normal. Yeah. Yeah, Super Jelly knows that Volcarona in the back likely just wins. Knock off. Gonna get rid of the Eviolite. Thunderbolt. That's just a KO. Nice. All right, GG's. All right. I got this match. All right. This is a top 4 game. Currently in game 1 of this top 4. And this is the Anamorous Reg H team. Versus the Parish team. All right, Anamorous is going to protect. There's 2 turns left to Trick Room. Tailwind's active. They double into the Electabuzz. However, Electabuzz is going to be able to eat that because of the Eviolite and its good special defense stat. Eerie Impulse is very useful into the Torkoal here, as the Torkoal is Choice Specs, I assume. No, it's Charcoal. But that's going to cut the damage quite a bit. Anamorous should eat whatever it needs to. And now they have the Protect, and I'm assuming Springtide Storm play to get up as much damage as they can. That Weather Ball still does a ton of damage, and they survive on 1 health. They get a special defense boost. Not that it matters. Do they have Springtide Storm on this? They do not, but they do have Dazzling Gleam and a Terra Fairy. They have the option to side Eerie Impulse and probably pick up a double KO here. There it is. They're going to double their special attack stat. Does it pick up Torkoal? It does. And it looks like whatever's in the back, all 3 Pokemon are weak to Anamorous, but it is going to be the Walking Wake, which is the fastest of their options, depending on what this player has in the back. Let's see. Weather Ball is going to go into the Electabuzz, and there it is. Dazzling Gleam's just going to clean up. Or Moonblast, rather. That was crazy. That was insane. That was a crazy one to walk in on. All right. Thank you for hosting. Glad I was able to use some of my favorites with some success. Hey, I'm glad you guys enjoyed. Hey guys, we have 130 viewers and only 90 likes. Make sure you leave a like on the stream. You going to Seattle Regionals? I am. I am. All right, we see the Anamorous lead. This Anamorous is Pixie Plate, not Covert Cloak. The Murkrow is Covert Cloak, though, so we'll be able to go for a Tailwind if it really wants to. It also has Taunt, but that Taunt won't affect the Brute Bonnet. Looks like Anamorous is basically forced to protect here and allow the Trick Room to go up. They could Taunt the Gothitelle, but a Rage Powder would redirect that, so I think that Rage Powder Trick Room would be a decent play. They go for the Taunt into the Gothitelle. They end up going for the Pixie Plate Moonblast into the Brute Bonnet. It's going to KO. And now they're in kind of an iffy position. Like I said, most things on this team are weak to Anamorous. It has a really good special attack output. We could have the battle of Anamorouses in finals if the weirder guy wins. Yeah, 2 Anamorous in finals would be crazy. There's Iron Hands. They do have the Fake Out Trick Room play. However, Taunt can go into the Gothitelle, which would easily prevent that, meaning no Trick Room. They're leftovers and not Mental Herbs, so this is getting a little bit iffy. Does this Iron Hands have Heavy Slam? It does not, and this is Terra Fairy, so, well, we'll take a lot of damage because Anamorous doesn't have the greatest defenses in its incarnate form. They are, like, going to be able to survive the Wild Charge. Heavy Slam would be a different story, but this is getting a little iffy. Now the question is, do they know that they're going to get taunted? And if so, are they just going to double into the Anamorous? Or are they going to like Psychic and go for the Wild Charge? No, it looks like they're going into Torkoal. They Terra Fire to make sure they don't drop. And they go for the Taunt. It catches the Torkoal, not that it matters too much. Wild Charge KOs the Murkrow. Now they have... Do they have a Taunt on you? They don't have Taunt on the Electabuzz, meaning they have no Taunt options. Trick Room could go up. Garchomp hits the field, though, and everything is weak to ground, so this is not looking great. What's the item on the Garchomp? This is a Life Orb Garchomp. I don't think they're going to be able to tank an Earthquake. Iron Hands is super bulky, though, so there's a chance. Honestly, from where I'm standing, it looks like this game's wrapped up. I think Domo ends up taking it. Torkoal can't even protect. They can't even do like protect switch Gothitelle. They have to just hard switch Gothitelle. They go for that damage. That Earthquake's gonna pick up Goth now. Doesn't pick up Iron Hands. Iron Hands survives. Iron Hands is going to go for the Wild Charge, is gonna KO the Enamorus, but now everything is weak to ground. It is just Torkoal. It is Torkoal and Iron Hands versus Garchomp and Electabuzz. This is a very, very cleaned up endgame. Earthquake is just the correct option. Even if they end up Earthquaking their own Electabuzz next turn because they go for Protect with Torkoal, it's going to probably just be game. I don't think that Torkoal has the damage for Garchomp at the moment. How'd you get your open team sheet to look like that? It's just a plugin. Yep, there's that damage. And it looks like this is wrapped up. Nice. Okay. Let's see if the other match has wrapped up pairings. Communicate with Logan and hold off till like that game ended. I haven't heard. Nope. But I guess if he's in chat, he knows to start now. Logan, where are you? You were just in chat. Why'd you beat me if you're not gonna play your game, bro? Logan, where are you? Let me message him. All right. It'd be crazy if Weirder won this whole thing. I have my money on him. Nah, he's here. He's here now. Almost in finals. They're taking forever to start, dude. Logan, you don't gotta send your open team sheet in the chat. It's there. It's in the match, bro. All right. All right. An Amber's and Iron Valiant both suffer because of Fluttermane. It literally does their job better. So true. All right. Oh, looks like an Oris OU team. I don't think any of these Pokemon were in Omega Ruby. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about place for days. Yeah, I guess place for days. I was gonna say none of Logan's are in Oris. All right. All right, we see the Iron Hands Grimmsnarl lead. No Trick Room option here. Fake Out is fairly safe into Rotom. They have to be pretty careful though. Terra Fire could be an option to prevent the burn, but if they Terra Fire, then they're leaving themselves more susceptible of getting KO'd by Hydro Pump. But Iron Hands would probably just tank it anyways. It's Iron Hands, especially with screens and stuff. What's the OST right now? It is a metal cover of Ridley's theme from Metroid Prime. All right, Miss Ball. Here's the Will-O-Wisp into the Weird Ear. It misses, though. Doesn't really matter too much. Weird Ear is running Psychic. There's T-Tar. It's a fairly safe switch. I wouldn't imagine a fire move to go into. Will-O-Wisp catches the Enamorus. Trick Room goes up. T-Tar is in a little bit of a pickle, and so is Rotom, because Specs Dazzling Gleam with Terra Fairy is actually be doing pretty substantial damage to both of them, especially Tyranitar. Even though it's like got an Assault Vest and Sand Up, if it doesn't Terra, it's not going to be in a great position here. And Enamorus is going to be able to eat the hit pretty well just because of its high defenses. If it Terras, which I would imagine it would from this position, I really don't see a reason not to Terra it. Here's the Latias. That is just a sack. That does not tank. Rotom takes so much damage. It lives with the Citrus Berry, but that Psychic's going to be able to do a lot of damage there. And now it's going to Volt Switch out. Probably right back into T-Tar. No Excadrill. But even that Excadrill isn't in the best position, since Excadrill doesn't have great special defense. It's not an Assault Vest set. T-Tar, I mean, they should both be able to survive this turn. But I guess the chip damage is all it really needs, especially since both of these do not want to have to deal with Iron Hands in the back. So if, you know, Logan just ends up going for a Dazzling Gleam play, this results in Iron Hands coming in and probably having like just a field day with the end game. There's the Terra Flying. Psychic is going to catch the T-Tar. Earthquake comes out. It's going to do major damage to that Iron Hands. It's going to just go ahead and drop now because of the sand damage. Oh, I bet you Logan wishes he stayed in right now, because now it's just Enamorus and Grimmsnarl versus T-Tar and Excadrill. And like I said, that T-Tar is not going to take too much damage from this because it's AV and it has the Terra active, so it's no longer a Dark type. This is a rough position for Logan. Grimmsnarl doesn't have a lot of offensive potential in this situation, and Enamorus, it's hitting into a resist. This is going to be a little rough. All right. Rotom Wash switches in. There's the Reflect. There's the Mystical Fire. Knockoff is going to remove the Specs, which is actually probably better for Logan now that he's no longer locked into that move. Does Excadrill have Protect? It's Choice Band. It doesn't have Protect. So a double here could possibly pick up the KO. But Tyranitar is also just dealing pretty substantial damage turn to turn, and it's no longer weak to fairy moves. So Grimmsnarl can't hit for super effective, and neither can Enamorus. There's the Earth Power. I'd imagine Spirit Break picks up from this range, and now it's just T-Tar versus the World. Rock Slide, Enamorous dodges the Rock Slide. It's not going to take any more, or it's not going to take any sand damage because it's Overcoat, but Rock Slide comes out. Does it flinch? Spirit Break is going to do pretty decent damage. Let's see if the flinch happens. There is a flinch, so Enamorous is basically dealt with if it can't dodge this Rock Slide here, and it's just Grimmsnarl versus T-Tar. There's the Spirit Break, decent damage. Does it dodge this turn? It doesn't dodge, and now Grimmsnarl just has to avoid getting KO'd this turn. I think that the Spirit Break just outspeeds and KOs it from this range, right? There it is. Logan just barely picks that one up. That was a crazy game, actually. All right, game 2. You have to imagine he was regretting that knockoff on the Enamorous there. Moxie, you better win or I'm telling your uncle who works at Pokemon. I got knocked out in top 8. We're in top 4 right now. I'm just commentating. This weirder looks like it's been putting in crazy work. It has been. It's been an insane pick for this tournament, but it works. I mean, it's good roll compression. It's Intimidate, Trick Room. Blaze is definitely thinking through this now. He's on death's door here. His tournament run is, I mean. Roaring Moon, Iron Hands lead into Rotom and Volcarona. That Volcarona, I believe, is Covert Cloak, so they're in a little bit of danger here, actually. Rotom does have the option to go for a Will-O-Wisp into like Roaring Moon or Iron Hands. That being said, Volcarona would just get one-shot by an Acrobatics from this range, but it does have to fear the possibility, or the Roaring Moon has to fear the possibility of Flame Body activating and burning it, meaning its damage is cut for the rest of the game. Iron Hands also has the option to Fake Out into the Rotom here and prevent a Will-O-Wisp, but this turn one could just be kind of moot if they end up going for an attack into the Protect and a burn with it being flinched. There's the flinch. Rotom's not going to move this turn. They go for a Dragon Dance. Actually, a crazy play there. That is a crazy play because now this Roaring Moon has absurd damage output with the booster energy and the attack boost. That knockoff's going to be dealing really significant damage to the Rotom, possibly KOing it right here. And the Tyranitar is going to be able to threaten a lot of things going into this Tyranitar. And you have to imagine, even if the knockoff doesn't KO, the Sand will get it since that Citrus Berry won't be activating this turn. Rotom also has no option to protect, and Tyranitar doesn't have anything to hit the Roaring Moon other than Low Kick, which will deal a lot of damage, but it would likely be a trade if they opt not to Terra here. There's the Weirder. It's going to go for the Intimidate into the Tyranitar, making sure that that Low Kick is going to be able to deal enough damage. Knockoff is going to go into the Rotom and get that KO. Rock Slide comes out. They were trying to predict that Terra Flying. It doesn't happen, though. Instead of going for the Terra Flying to prevent Low Kick damage, they went for the Weirder, which is a much more neutral play. This Excadrill, however, is still running that Choice Band, which is going to be able to possibly KO the Roaring Moon with Sand Rush and the attack boost. They are going to have to cycle that Weirder one more time to lower its attack stat, or they're going to have to go for a Terra, but if they Terra here, they're going to end up being weak to the Rock Slide from the Tyranitar, so you have to wonder what they're going to go for here. I mean, Excadrill also has access to Choice Band Rock Slide, so really 2 Rock Slides coming out. With that Choice Band, there is a shot that KOs the Roaring Moon, depending on how bulky it is, because Roaring Moon doesn't have great physical defense. It's a bit of a scary situation, but I think that the tides are still in favor of Logan here. They go for the Protect. There's the Iron Head that would have been able to deal really significant damage to Roaring Moon. They get a special defense drop, knock off their second, the Weird Ear. That was actually a really smart play because that means Iron Hands can come back in here for free. It has Fake Out pressure, and Roaring Moon's going to be able to threaten KOs either on the Tyranitar or the Excadrill. I would imagine that with Sandstorm ending in just 2 turns, a knockoff into that Tyranitar is going to be what he wants to go for, with a fake out in the Excadrill, and then a Protect is just fairly free there. They won't have Sand back if this Tyranitar drops this turn, and then he'll be able to outspeed that Excadrill and not have to worry about it. There's the Volk. They go for the fake out. Let's see if Flame Body activates. They do get the burn on the Iron Hands, but does that matter? Does that matter so much when Sand ends next turn and that Excadrill is locked into an attack? It's going to have to lock into a ground type attack here to make sure it can KO the Iron Hands this turn. And we still don't know what that 4th Mon is from Logan. Yeah, because he went with Okie Dogie, Iron Hands, and Roaring Moon here. If it's Grimmsnarl, I could see him taking the set just by getting a late game light screen off. But Roaring Moon with the attack boost and the booster energy is going to be able to deal a ton of damage. And a single Quiver Dance isn't going to be enough to allow Volcarona to outspeed this turn. Enamorus is going to switch in. They protect here. They fish for the Iron Head. There's the Quiver Dance, but now things are a little awkward. Excadrill does have a guaranteed KO if they decide to go for the Iron Head into Enamorus, but if they end up catching the Iron Hands, that could be a little bit problematic. One would imagine that they may want to go for the KO into the Roaring Moon by doubling into it. A Heat Wave and an Iron Head would be a fairly safe play here, just making sure they get the damage on the Roaring Moon, but a Heat Wave on its own wouldn't be enough to KO, and Excadrill, I'm not sure if it drops to the knockoff. I'm really not sure if it drops to the knockoff. Things are a little bit iffy because if he ends up going for the Acrobatics into the Volcarona trying to KO it this turn and it protects, that could just end the game right there if he ends up protecting. There's the knockoff. It does KO, and we do see that the Volcarona is actually going to be faster than the Roaring Moon. However, because this is a Covert Cloak Roaring Moon, or because it's a Covert Cloak Volcarona, that Mystical Fire is not going to drop its special attack set, and we did see that the Heat Wave did pretty significant damage. That is 30%. Roaring Moon does manage to hold on, and it's going to pick up this KO. There's the Flame Body, and Logan proceeds into finals. That is crazy. That is crazy. That was an insane set. We have 2 Enamorus in finals and 1 Weird Ear. I did not think this would be... I did not think this would be how it went. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Well, we're in finals now. Enamorus Mirror's crazy. Yeah, Volk being faster than Roaring Moon. It's because it's booster attack, Roaring Moon. I completely forgot about that. If it was booster speed, then that wouldn't make sense, but I forgot it was booster attack. All right. We're in finals. Bro, this is finals. Wait, hold on. Pairings. Oh. Wait, how did you already finish? Oh, Logan F? What? There we go. Okay, sorry. I just got so confused. I thought they said they already finished. I'm like, how? We just watched you play your last round. All right. So it is Miniat. P2 is used more than Weird Ear, yeah. He's gonna be in How Good Was Weird Ear, actually. All right, there it is. Okay. All right, here we go. Finals. We have we have a Weird Ear in finals and an Enamorous Mirror. It's funny, Weird Ear has been like playing with impunity. It's been able to intimidate with like no issues this whole tournament. But now there's a Defiant Pokemon across the field finally. That's the crazy part. These are really cool teams, yeah. All right, we see Grimmsnarl Okidogi lead versus Murkrow Enamorous. This is the first time I've seen Okidogi lead on this team. Okidogi does have a good damage output into the Enamorous. It's interesting, though, that they would switch. I guess Okidogi doesn't actually have a poison move, does it? Yeah, Okidogi doesn't have a poison move. It's just Bulk Up Drain Punch. Spirit Break goes into the Electabuzz. They have to be careful not to Spirit Break that Enamorous since it will get the special attack boost. And we see it does really solid damage into it. There's the light screen. Here's the Eerie Impulse into the side, and things aren't looking great. That Dazzling Gleam is going to be doing absurd amounts of damage, and I think we might already have the end of this game because I really don't see how they come back from this position. There's the Okidogi. It's behind a light screen. Here's another special attack boost. Iron Hands is going to go down. Okidogi goes down, and that is a very quick first game of this set. ×4, and that's going to wrap it up. Whoa, okay. That was very quick. Game 2. Let's see if he can adjust. That's a really rough matchup because he doesn't have a lot of fairy resists on this team. He has a lot of fairies, not a lot of fairy resists. Looks like light screen's basically mandatory, and not having a poison move on that Okidogi is really biting him in the butt here. All right. Enamorous Therian, Iron Hands. Not a terrible lead. Fake Out is an option. They can protect the Enamorous, though, but they also have a really incredible damage output. That Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam from their Enamorous is going to deal a lot of damage from everything, or to everything on the other side of the field, since they don't really have a resist to it. And this Enamorous is just super bulky, so you have to keep that in mind. But as their Enamorous isn't the contrary variant, it actually does have to worry about it getting hit by the Eerie Impulse, which could be an issue. There's the Electabuzz. Eerie Impulse is back on the board, and you have to wonder if they're going to Eerie Impulse their own Enamorous. Does this Iron Hand somehow tank this attack? Because they could just double into this Enamorous. Let's see. Eerie Impulse goes in. It's doubling their Terra Fairy. That one-shots their Enamorous. They're going to go for the Drain Punch, and I think we are seeing the beginning of the end here. They really don't have any answers to this Enamorous. It's going to probably sweep through this team. They really don't have an answer to this Enamorous. I think screens were basically mandatory early on in the match, but it's a little late. I don't know if Iron Hands tanks anymore. Iron Hands does not. That's going down, and it looks like this Enamorous is just going to sweep this game. Final Mon, Roaring Moon. It'll outspeed, but a Follow Me is just going to go ahead and make sure that's not going to happen. Moonblast goes out. It outspeeds anyways. Good game. The Enamorous sweep was crazy. That is crazy, dude. All right. Well, we have our final standings. Congratulations. Here, let's check this out. Dashboard. Tournament. Wait, judge, admin. Dashboard, finalized bracket. All right. Let's refresh, and we finally have our results. Here are the standings. Kafka wins the whole thing with this Enamorous team. It's Pixie Plate, Enamorous with Electabuzz. We have Garchomp, Sneasler, King Gambit. It really just looks like a Reg F team with Enamorous thrown on there, and that side Eerie Impulse just catches so many people off guard. It is such a crazy mon in this format. Second place, we have Logan, whose team is incorrect here. There's actually an Enamorous Therian here, but besides that, it's correct. Grimmsnarl, Iron Hands, Weirder, Okidogi. A Weirder going this deep in the tournament was really insane. I really didn't think I'd see that. Chessboard. This is as far as Perish went. Chessboard gets third with Perish, Screamtail, Gothitelle, Brute Bonnet, Oracle, Iron Hands, Walking Wake. Place for Days. It's fourth. Rocky Helmet, Latias, Rotom Wash, sort of just like a sand balance team. Very solid option into this metagame. Glav. It's the deepest that Rain went. Pelipper, Archaludon, Basculegion, Iron Valiant, Tinglu, and Thundurus. Wild Bolt, Storm, Thundurus. And we don't really see in standard VGC at the moment. Super Jello with a Sun Trick Room team. We have Great Tusk with the Choice Scarf. Makes it a very threatening Pokemon on lead, especially in this metagame where not a lot of Pokemon are able to outspeed that thing. We have me. I took 7th place. I was using a Whimsicott Regidrago team with Rain Mode in the back. Pollen Puff into the AV Regidrago and a Thundurus. And finally, in 8th place, we had HQ 2009, who used a Fungus, Eviolite Fungus, a way to get around that Amoonguss ban. Alolan Ninetales, Iron Bundle, Entei, Iron Hands, Galarian Moltres, Fungus. That was really cool. I had a lot of fun running this. This went super well, despite the initial hiccups. This was a really fun tournament. It's a very fun tournament. You can see the biggest conversion rate was Iron Hands. We had here metagame. In Swiss rounds, Iron Hands, there were 42 Iron Hands, and 4 of them made it into finals. Of the Whimsicott, only 1 of them made it into top 8. Only 1 Whimsicott in top 8. Dondozo, 14 Dondozo did any top 8. Looks like there were no Dondozo in top 8. It was really cool. No Dondozo even made it. This is a really fun tournament. I'll run an in-game one next weekend, and we'll see how well that goes. Place 49th, I'll take it. Yeah, good job, everybody. If you played, really appreciate you joining. We'll do this again soon, but thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate you. Anyways, that's going to be it, guys. I'll see you in the next stream. Goodbye.